And yes, you are live. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and thanks for connecting to us today. We are grateful for your time. For each day you are able to stay with us throughout the whole period. We are grateful for you or to you all, and we appreciate our viewers and our followers for always spending time with us. And today we are coming to your live again to talk about an amazing topic, which is fear and how can we overcome it. And as you can see, I'm not here alone. I'm with two amazing people. So I would like to let them introduce themselves shortly. My name is Rhoda. I'm the face behind Rhoda Odegeta. So I'll leave it to Sis Gracious to introduce yourself for us.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Gracious, originally from Nigeria. I'm a business mentor also. I live here in Germany with my family, and I run this online business as my family business. And we are here to share our expertise with you, and we hope that you will be encouraged and inspired to get your own business started and running also. Thank you very much.
And Sis Endurance, can you please introduce yourself shortly for us?
Hello, viewers. My name is Endurance from Nigeria originally, and I'm here in Germany. I have my normal 9 to 5 job, but I decided to have my online business and become my own business owner so that I'll have extra sources of income. And I'm glad I took that decision. And I hope that as you join us and listen to the program today, you have you decide also to build a better future for your family, that you gain more financial independence. So you're welcome.
Thank you all for such a beautiful introduction. And today we have a wonderful topic that's even outside our community, outside our business aspect, it's affecting a whole lot of people. We are here to talk about fears and how we can overcome fears. I know fear is something that a lot of people are facing. Even people are not even they are not even aware that what they are feeling or what they are going through now is fear. And I have two people, as they already introduced themselves to you. They are very knowledgeable about this topic, and we are here to discuss about it, our fears and how we can overcome it. Even one might ask, what is fear? Fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by the threat of danger, pain, and it's also being afraid of something that's being afraid of something. Let me put it in a short way. So our light is gracious to tell us about fears and how we can overcome it in her own way.
Thank you very much for the privilege to talk on this topic. This topic is it's something that in one way or the other we have experienced it, we have felt it, we have lived in it. As in, fear is fear is a grip, just like the definition she gave to us. Fear is an emotion. Today I and my children, we went out today. I took them out on and we were talking about the various senses of that one of my son told me that, Mom, you remember you said we have just was it just the four senses? Was it four or five senses? He said, but you know that is actually more than that. I was like, really? Could you tell me how many we have now? Then he listed the mouths, for which is for taste, the nose for smell, the eyes for seeing, the ears for hearing. Then he talks, he now said, what the fear, your emotion is part of I was like, hey, is that what your teacher said? He said, yes, that's what your teacher told him. And when I saw your topic today, that was the reason why I responded. What an amazing topic. It was such a coincidence. And yes, going back to our topic of today, fear is an emotion that is expressed outwardly and inwardly. So it's either it's outwardly or it's inwardly. And fear has a way of caging one in a place, and that cage can last for eternity. That cage can last for a day. That cage can last for a week. But it is a determination that if I want to break out of this cage, that determination has to come from you. Georgia, I'm coming, please. That determination has to come from you. If you want to break out from your fear, that determination has to come from you. From you. Just like fear is an emotion, not just only an emotion, is a spirit also that you need to break out from. You know, over the time, we've taken something that didn't have any significance, but because of fear of what you heard somebody said about that thing, you decided to apply, as in you decided to take that fear. Now you started nurturing it, and do you know what? Fear can be nurtured. It can grow
Mm-hmm.
from being very small to become very like a mountain.
Mm.
Yeah, fear can, it's fear is, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a human being, but I'll call it because it's, the more I'm trying to look for the right word to say. Just, I don't want to use a human being to, but I just want to let us know, our viewers out there know that fear is nurtured. It feeds on our feelings and emotion. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Young BT. So the more we, and that is the reason why we've had series of topics on this platform. We've spoken about your mindset, having the right mindset, having positive mindset. We've spoken, I don't, am I right? We've spoken
Yeah.
several topics on
Yes.
this platform. And and fear can be contacted. Fear can be contacted. Why did I say fear can be contacted? From the things you hear people. There are some people that just come to you. All they talk about is things that put fears into you. Or is it that the person is afraid, or the person talks about things that you might, that's the reason why they say birds of the same feather fly together. If you know you cannot fly with this person, separate yourself. It's not everybody you allow to your house. It's not everybody you allow to your house. I'm saying it again. It's not everybody. So people come with not so pleasant spirit. They bring it into your house. They talk things into your house. They deposit it into your spirit. You
Mm-hmm.
take it, you start feeding it like a baby. Before
Mm-hmm.
you know, the thing grows so big, and you are wondering how did I get to this place? Okay, how do I break out from it? So if you notice that there are some, like I said, it's not everybody that should be your friend. I'm not apologetic about this statement. No, it's not everybody that should be your friend. They can be your friend from a distance, but not from a close range. Just hello, hello is okay. Because there are some people whose conversation does, if you want to succeed, then work with people that are succeeding, so that their spirit and their thoughts can rub up on you. Then if you know that if you know you don't want to succeed, then remain in that circle of people who are not ready to succeed. So, and the second, he said how to overcome it. This is one of the tips I'm giving. Break yourself out from the circle of people that doesn't have good communication, people who bring fearful thoughts into you. Break yourself from it, and you on your own part, mind the way you think. I've been doing it recently. When I see that my thoughts are going in the direction that I don't want, I bring it back. I say, yeah, stay here, continue on this thing. Because why? You would think it's just a normal thing. No, it's not just a normal thing. The more you keep trading on that part of fear, the more you are building it, you are feeding it, you are encouraging it to grow. And by the time it grows, it will even grow bigger than the person that accommodated it, the house that accommodated it, and you will not be able to break out from it. But why is stay very early? Break out from it. If it means seeking a psychiatric help, go for it, seek it. It's okay. Go for it. A therapy help, go for it. I mean, not psychiatric, I mean therapy. Seek a why do I keep saying psychiatric? A therapy help. Seek a therapy help and they will help you. And if you and for you to also overcome it, you need to be able to identify what are you really afraid of.
Right on.
If you can face it, face it. If you need somebody to talk to help you face it, then get a therapy help. And also saying it out also help. It helps to relieve the pressure in your body. And bringing it, let me bring it to the business aspect of it now. When you are coming into a business, when you are starting a business, put your fears aside. I know, I know it's not easy. I know it's not there. Let me make an instance. There was one day I've on a live session like this, we've spoken about something like this, a topic like this, similar. And before I know, the very next day, I think that was how to overcome challenges or so.
Okay.
For me, I'm coming.
Why George called me a loser?
I'm coming. Sorry. Sorry, my children. So before I know, after speaking on that topic, then the very next day, I couldn't operate on my business page. I was totally locked out. Another about 3 incidents just happened immediately. I was like, how can this thing happen immediately after I spoke about this topic? But I just spoke with one of my business partner and we laughed about it. And I was like, well, this is a real trial for me to face. I think overcoming challenges and I'm trying to remember the topic. And immediately, 3 amazing challenges just came like that, as in, like,
I see.
as in 1, 2, 3, like
Yeah.
this. And I was wondering, what did I do? How did it? But amazingly, I just told myself, well, if there is a challenge, there is a solution. Building an atmosphere of how do I put it? I'm looking for a word to use. I'm looking for a word to use because I know I'm speaking to somebody right now. Somebody is watching me right now, and you might be going through the same thing I'm talking about right now. You know, I, of course, I'm a Christian, and I also not just a Christian. My way, my thought, the way I live, everything is Christ-like. I prayed about it. Then I build an atmosphere of acceptability, that I am accepted, I am loved. Wherever these challenges is, it's going to come the same way it came, it's going to go just like that. And really, it did. It didn't go right like the very next day. It lingered on like a week. Into the second week, it was as if nothing happened. It was as if nothing happened, one after the other, just the same way they came like that, like after you thrown randomly, they just left. So I yes, was I afraid? Yes. Did I allow that fear to build a palace in my inside, in my emotions and thought? No. It's okay to cry. It's okay to to scream out. It's okay to talk to somebody, and it's not everybody you should share your thoughts and your problems with. There are people you know that yes is worth it. Over the years is worth it. Then you share your challenges and seek professional advice and apply it. Seek professional advice and apply it. And yeah, and that was it. So for me, this my experience. This is what I experienced, and I hope somebody who is watching us right now, what we are sharing with you resonated with. And ever since then, in fact, God even blessed me more with more people in my team, and I'm very happy and glad that I'm succeeding in my business. I'm helping other people, helping other women, sharing our experience with you. These are our personal. We didn't come here playing or cramming what we are saying. We are talking to you. We are talking to you, and we hope we you will uh, take one or two things from us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sis, for an insightful message to us this evening. And I hope our viewers are taking it to heart. And sis, endurance, I want you to tell us what's your take on it and we wrap it right now.
Okay, thank you so much. Like the word of God tells us, fear is a spirit. It is a spirit, and there are good spirits, there are bad spirits. So, but fear is a bad spirit, and that is why one thing God tells us in the Bible is, He has not given us a spirit of fear,
Yes.
but that of boldness. Why is God so specific about us not embracing the spirit of fear? It's because God knows that fear limits us. Fear limits our potential. Fear limits our ability to reach out to grab what we want, you know. So fear is a spirit that we should not allow to take roots in our lives, because it can destroy a whole life and destroy a family. It can destroy one's destiny. That is how terrible the spirit of fear is. Unfortunately, fear also can be rational and it can be irrational. Rational fear in the sense that, okay, let's say when you were little, a dog beat you, you know, a dog beat you so bad that you grew up being very scared of dogs, to the extent that maybe you're walking on the street and you see a dog coming, even a puppy or a dog that is not even threatening you, but because of your past experience, you have that fear that this dog might bite you. And before you know it, you just find yourself maybe rushing to cross the road without checking whether cars are coming or not. You know, that is a fear that is based on your practical personal experience. So that is a rational fear, but you shouldn't allow that fear to drive you to your death, to the extent of taking risks that are deadly. You understand? So irrational fear, and there are fears we have that are not based on reality at all. And maybe somebody just told you and something terrible happened to him or her or something, and then you just start being afraid based on someone else's experience, or just based on something you cannot even explain to yourself, but you are scared of. Let me use the example of Africa, for example, in Nigeria particularly. There are very few people who are not who are not afraid of owls. An owl is just a bird like every other bird, but in Nigeria, where I come from, an owl is seen as a witch that has been sent. If you see an owl, it's like it has been sent to monitor you as a spirit, to monitor you and to cause havoc in your life. It is an irrational fear, that is true, because it is based strictly on superstition. Okay, that is an irrational fear. The same thing with cats. We have the fear of cats because people believe that cats are used by evil spirits to do wicked things in the home, you know. So the same thing, that kind of belief is also very common in in Africa, in in Nigeria. But incidentally, somebody like me, I grew up with cats because my father had a big store, a huge store. So we're selling things like biscuits, sweets, and to prevent rats from destroying these things, we always had a cat. So I grew up not being afraid. Not that I still don't like cats, but I'm not scared of them I don't see them as evil spirits. They're just like any other animal, Like I love dogs. I love dogs. I have dogs as pets. I can have dogs as pets, but I cannot keep a cat as pets. But this hatred, this fear that are irrational can also destroy one's life because you don't even know why you are scared of them. You've never experienced anything evil from them, but you are just scared of them because of maybe what people are saying or because of superstitious beliefs. So now, whether the fear is based on reality, based on past experience or not, it is still a fear. And when that fear grips you, it's like you've been imprisoned in your body and you cannot move, you cannot do anything because of fear. And that is why we must break out of that fear. We must lose ourselves from the spirit of fear. And how can we do that? How can we do this? If it's so destructive, we need to get rid of it. So what should we do? What should we do? First and foremost, understand your fear. Ask yourself, why are you scared of this thing? Why are you scared of this thing that maybe happened to someone else or didn't even happen? You just have this terrible fear. Yes, there's a word for it called phobia. For example, phobia. I have a phobia for snakes, for example. I'm scared of snakes. I've never been bitten by them. I just don't like them and I'm scared of them. It's a phobia. But I try not to let that fear control me, take over my life to the extent that I will endanger my life, my health, because of an irrational fear, because of a phobia for snakes. Okay. So next thing, when you try to understand why you are scared of it, why am I scared of snake, for example? First and foremost, I don't like the way they move. I don't like the way they I know they are deadly. I know there are poisonous ones, but I just don't like them for every and any reason. I don't like them. Okay. Now, if I, for example, before when I was little, if I see just the picture of a snake, I will quickly close that book and never touch it again. But now I know that a picture of a snake cannot come and harm me. So why am I scared? I'm no longer scared of things of that. You have to understand why you are scared and then confront those fears and handle them immediately. By God's grace, you overcome. Now, another thing I want to talk about is some strategies that we can use to overcome fear. For example, let's say the fear of failure, because there are different types of fear. You have fear of failure, you have fear of the unknown, you have fear of people not liking you, fear of rejection, so many reasons, so many kinds of fears. Fear of failure, for example, you are afraid that you will not succeed in this step you are taking. Let's bring it down to this to business, online business, to our online world. You really, really want this extra stream of income, but you're scared that you're afraid that you will not succeed. So because of that, you just don't want to try. You don't want to take a step. You don't even want to make an attempt, because if you don't make an attempt at it, at least there'll be no fear of failure. If you don't make an attempt to even start something, then you will know within you that at least you didn't try and fail, so nobody can laugh at you, nobody can mock you about it. That is just why should you worry about what people think? If you don't attempt to do something, it's even worse than if you attempt and fail. Because I always tell myself, every failure is an opportunity for me to learn something. It's an opportunity for me to learn something new, for me to grow stronger. So if you see failure as an opportunity to learn, to move further, to know more, that thing, what made you to fail in this thing you were trying to gain, this thing you were trying to achieve, why did you fail? Look at it closely, learn more about it, see how you can overcome it, and you have overcome that. And the next time you attempt it, you succeed. So then you have uncertainty. Uncertainty. Yeah, you're afraid of uncertainty. You're not sure of what is in the future for you. Therefore, you want to remain where you are. You don't want to take a step. You don't want to take any risk. Okay, yeah, at least I have this my 9 to 5 job. Yes, at least I'm getting my monthly pay. That is enough for me. I don't want to go and invest anywhere where my money will sink into a hole. There's no way. No, if you don't take a risk, you will not get any gain. No risk, no gain. So to say, you want to do something. Yes, you can't see the future, but you have a vision of where you want to be. You know you want to go beyond the average. You want to go beyond the level of the ordinary. You want to achieve something greater than what you are seeing now. And for you to do that, you must take a step forward. Yes, you don't know the future. You don't know tomorrow. You didn't know yesterday, but you came into yesterday, and that yesterday is now the yesterday of the tomorrow of yesterday is today that you are seeing, and you are still here. So the fear of the unknown is real. It is real, but don't let it over. But you know why you want to go to that future. You know what you want to achieve in the future. You know where you want to be tomorrow, and you want to walk towards it. So don't let fear hold you back. If you take a step and it goes the wrong, it doesn't come out the way you want it, it's not the end of the world. On the contrary, it's a stepping stone, a learning ladder for you to keep pushing, moving forward, moving and pressing until you get to where you want to be. And then, like I said, some people are also afraid of being rejected. People don't like me. They don't like my kind of person. I don't think the way people think, or I don't react the way people think, or I don't dress the way people think, so they may not like me. And because of that, I'm afraid to be social. I'm afraid to make friends. I'm afraid to love. I'm afraid. There's no guarantee in the world, in life. Really, there's no guarantee. The only thing that is guaranteed is change. There will always be change. Change will always come. So fear of rejection can hold you back from making friends, from building relationships with others. And there's no greater problem, misery in life than to be alone, to live a life of isolation just because you're afraid of rejection, you know. So luckily in this business that we are doing, this online business, no one is alone. Nobody, no online business owner in our community is alone. You are surrounded by loving people, by a community that cares about your success. Where you have challenges, like Sister Gracious was saying, after a program that talked about, we talked about challenges, she now faced the very next day, she came across challenges that ordinarily if she didn't have a good, she didn't have a good support system, she might have not overcome them. But she had a great support system, and she reached out to those people, and she got the support she needed and overcame her struggles and her challenges. So what are we saying? The spirit of fear shouldn't be a part of our lives. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't hold us down. Overcome it, confront it, and determine to overcome that fear so that you can move ahead. So that you can move ahead. A pregnant mother, a pregnant woman, for example, she's pregnant, so she knows she's going to have a baby. Yes, we've heard of stories that have people maybe miscarriages and things like that. But if you allow that kind of thought to hold you down, you'll be too scared, and you might even lose that baby because of that, you know. So don't let fear guide you. Don't let fear control you. If bad things are happening around you, you determine that yes, bad things may be happening, but I'm not part of it. I'm not going to allow that to control me. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to succeed. I'm going to overcome. And that's the spirit of boldness that God says He has given to us. Why would you choose fear over boldness? No, choose boldness today, so that everything that's your destiny that God has put in place for you be able to achieve. you'll be able to reach there. Yes, there will always be challenges. Nobody says, even being an online business, nobody's saying there are no challenges. Nobody's saying that you will not have failures. Nobody's saying that you will not come across situations that will test you, test your determination, sometimes to the extent of you wanting to even give up and give in. But no, you keep pushing, we keep pushing, we keep moving, because one day that success will come to you. That success you will get there. That's the reason that made you to say, I want to be an online business owner. Your why are you doing this? For my family, for my children, for myself even. That why is what will make you to continue to move ahead, that will make you to overcome the spirit of fear, that will make you to the fear of failure, the fear of uncertainty, the fear of rejection. Your why should be your focus. And once you know what that why is, why you are doing this business, when the challenges come, you keep pushing ahead. Yes, I know I have to spend money. Yes, I know I have to put in the time and effort, but I'm looking at the end results, which is success. And for that reason, I'll keep pushing forward. So that is what I want to say, that fear shouldn't be part of our lives. This boldness, determination are the things that we need to cultivate to give us good success, even in this this online business we are doing. Thank you so much, Sister Rhoda.
Thank you so much, Sis Endurance.
Thank you.
We really enjoy, the viewers and I have really enjoyed all your opinions on these issues, and I know those watching us have been inspired about what we talk about. uh, I think we have one sis here, Eloha. She said fear is a torment. Of course, fear is a torment. It torments people's life a lot, and once you are able to overcome it, then that's it, you are free.
Yes.
She asked the question, how can one overcome the fear of unknown? And this Endurance, please answer this question for us briefly.
Okay. So, like I said, the fear of the unknown. Yeah, there's always this discomfort, what you don't know, what you're not certain, that is, you're not sure this thing is a fact. Yes, people say they do online business and they succeed, they're making money. You have not experienced it, you have not seen it, you've not seen it, you've not tasted it. So yes, you have every reason to be scared. But like I always say, if you don't try, if you don't try at least, that is the worst tragedy. You try, you fail, you try and try again. So commitment and determination to continue will be what will help you to overcome that fear of the unknown. Okay? Nobody really knows the future. Nobody. The people who started the Facebook we are using today, the man who started it, he was a young man. He had a vision. He was in school doing his studies, but yet he had challenges, yet, but he kept pushing. He kept pushing. He kept trying. He kept trying. And today, where is Facebook? I don't know how we'll survive this life anymore without Facebook, And the same thing goes for the owner of Amazon, the owner of Google, the owner of ST. They all had a vision. They had they could see a vision for themselves, and they put strategies in place to go to pursue that vision. But without doubt, every single one had their challenges. They had their fear. Will people come? Will people really buy into this idea that I have? Will people really come to this, accept this online thing I'm talking about? Imagine Amazon, imagine Google, imagine Facebook, or Microsoft. Just think of all these businesses. If they didn't overcome the fear, if they did say, I am determined, even if it's one person I'm able to convince that this is the way the world is going today, then I'm satisfied. But today they have billions of people following them. They have billions of people using their products, billions of people using their software, and so on and so forth. So we have to overcome the spirit of that spirit of unknown, the fear of the unknown. We have to confront that fear and then put it aside. Confront that fear to see that fear as, you know, a challenge that we need to overcome. And what do? Be flexible. Be flexible. Don't be rigid. Okay, you did this business or you did this thing this way and it fails. Therefore, you say, I'll never try again. I'll never do anything online again. No, that is not the solution, because that means you will always remain in the same place. You keep trying until you get to the real place, just like we are today. We found an online business that is real, that is sure. What we say in my country, sure banker. You put in the work, you get the goods. You put in the work, you get the goods. That is how it works. So please don't let the fear of the unknown stop you. When you are flexible, you know that if one road closes, another will open. Focus on the benefits. Focus on the benefits you expect to get from this business or from the thing you want to achieve. When you envision the benefits, when you see the benefits ahead, you know that the road to that path, it may be paved with challenges, but you know that at the end you are going to see the light. Then you keep going. It's like driving under the tunnels, various tunnels around the world. It's dark under the tunnel. Thank God for headlights in vehicles. It's usually dark under the tunnels. But you keep driving knowing that at the end of the tunnel, there's the light. And it is that light that you know you will see at the end of the tunnel that keeps you going. That keeps you going. So that is one thing we can do to overcome the fear of the unknown, the fear of uncertainty. So long as there are people who have done this thing, there are people in my country who say, follow who know road. That is, follow those who have gone before you and have made it through this to this same place you want to get to. There are people who have been there. The Bible tells us that there is nothing new under the sun. So what we are doing, there were people who were there before us and before we got there, and we are following their path. We are learning from them. We are gaining from them. We are embracing the steps that they have taken to get to this successful end. And so long as we want to get to a successful end, we follow the path that those who have succeeded have followed. Luckily, we don't have to even go through their own mistakes. We don't have to even go through their own errors. Definitely, we'll make our own errors, but there are people who have gone through so many things to get to where they are, and we should leverage on their path of success. We should leverage on their path of success. The strategies they've taken, we should also take that. So that is what I'll say to eliminate all this fear. Set small goals for yourself. Set small goals for yourself. Sometimes we say, okay, I have this business that I'm doing. I want to earn $10,000 or euros by the end of the month. If you are so scared, if you allow fear, if you are so scared of the future, of uncertainty, or you are uncertain of this, you are not sure. Then if you don't say 10,000, you can say $1,000. Do you know what it is to earn $1,000 online? That is not your main business, just your online business. It is a step. And if you can take these steps to earn $1,000, you can take those same steps to earn $10,000 eventually. Okay, so what are we saying? What am I saying? Not trying at all is a tragedy. Trying and failing is an attempt. It's a learning curve. It's part of the learning curve. You keep learning and learning until you get to where you want to be, until you get to the light that is at the end of the tunnel. Don't let the unknown scare you. Don't let the uncertainty of the future scare you. Move ahead, because there are people ahead of you, and there are people coming from behind you who want to learn from you also. Can you imagine the number of lives you will touch if you keep pushing and you eventually succeed? And you will succeed. You will succeed. So imagine the lives that you will touch when you start telling people, this was how I started. Yes, these are the challenges I faced, and this was how I overcame the challenges, and today I am here. Learn from me. Thank you. Thank you, Sister Rhoda. If you leave me, I'll talk from that to tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Ms. Endurance.
Thank you.
Today is webinar day, and our life is gracious to talk about how we can register for our webinar and what if you want to take action so that we wrap up with our life. I think time is far. We spent a lot of time, which is almost 40 minutes. So our life is gracious to wrap up briefly for us and tell us how we join our live webinar tonight.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So at this moment, we would like to invite you to the webinar section for today. As you can see on our screen, we all have our website. This is one of the benefits you get when you start this business, because we all have our branded website, and this website was built for us. It's been maintained for us with no cost attached. There's nobody will build a website for you, maintain it, and do everything for you. No, it doesn't work. And today we have that information you are looking for to help you get started. And what you have to do is to go on our website to register with your name, your email address. You will receive emails from us on how to get started with this business. And also you also receive an email inviting you to attend the webinar. Please, if you can attend the webinar, please attend the webinar. Why am I saying please attend if you can? Because for those in America, Canada, and some other parts, it's 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. But for those of us living in Europe, it's 2 a.m. in the morning. That I understand very well. So you can watch the replay. You can watch the replay, and the replay and the live is more or less the same, just that the replay you cannot ask questions. You can only
Mhm.
write an email. So please attend the webinar. The webinar is your very first foundation in starting this business. This is where your journey begins,
Okay.
from watching the webinar. And this is from watching the webinar will determine your readiness to starting this business. Thank you very much.
Uh, Sister Rhoda, there's one person commenting there saying that fear is a torment. Are you seeing it?
Yes, I talked about it, and I
Yeah.
that's when I asked the question. And
Okay.
thanks to our viewers. Really appreciate you for your time, for staying with us throughout the 42 minutes. Really appreciate it. And thanks to Sis Endurance and Sis Gracious for taking time through your busy schedules to talk to us this evening. Really appreciate it all. With that matter, we are saying good night and good evening to everyone.
Good
We'll see you
night.
same time next week. And we
Good
hope to
night.
see you on the other end with our webinar live tonight. Good night. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Good night, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much.